Cumberland Falls should be somewhere back there. I can kind of hear it, but I'm going in the other direction. This talks about seeing a moonbow, which is like a night rainbow, but tonight's going to be pretty much a full moon, so pretty much a new moon, so the complete opposite of what I'm going to need. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. This part of Kentucky has a lot of these rock faces, these cliffs, and it's really cool to hike alongside of them. Yeah, I've just really been enjoying this. I can hear another falls coming up and have a decent trail here, but the weather right now is like 42 degrees and I overpacked in terms of got plenty of cold gear, so I'm supposed to get down in the 20s tonight, so we'll see if that's sufficient to keep me warm. Is it just me, or does this tree kind of look like a derpy slug? I don't know, like there's his mouth and his little antennas. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've just watched Avatar 2, but part of me feels like I'm on Pandora. It's beautiful. Greenery and almost looks like a floating rock. I don't know, use your imagination. It's really hard to capture the scale here, but I had no idea we had anything like this in Kentucky. I need to get out more. I like this rock. I feel like I could sleep under there, except the trail goes right through it, so I'll keep moving. So there's this small falls behind me. Coming up on the trail in a couple miles is a bigger one. The river's still just to the side of me. The bigger one I'm really interested in, it's called Dog Slaughter Falls. I tried reading up on it. Sounds pretty morbid, but supposedly back in the day, people would throw their pets off of there when they thought they weren't doing their job. So I hate that, but hopefully the falls are pretty. I have never had this perspective on a tree before. That is really interesting. I feel like I could hand feed the tree. Weird. If it weren't 40 degrees outside, there's this rope swing that I'm sure it would be very tempting. Hello? Woo! So, Dog Slaughter Falls starts somewhere up there, and then we have this down here. Just crossed over this bridge, and of course, that's where it goes into the river just over there. I don't even know if you could hear, but this is really relaxing. Just filling up more water. This here's quite interesting to me. I think this might have been a beaver, but this would have been a very ambitious beaver. I mean, this thing is probably 2.5 feet in diameter, but it would make sense because there's a small little fall over there that something dammed up at some point. But yeah, I can only imagine a beaver trying to make this fall. Maybe it wasn't a beaver, but to the untrained eye, it looks like one. In case you're ever wondering what happens to the balloons that people just let go in the air, whether on purpose or on accident, they end up in the woods. That yellow one right there, between my poles. It's not good. Don't let balloons go. In fact, don't even use helium. I don't know. Live your own life. I think this one's got to be a woodpecker. Obviously, the woodpecker didn't make it fall. I saw a red-headed woodpecker a while back, but I spooked it and then I couldn't find it. I wanted to get a pretty good picture of it, but maybe that was him or her. This mushroom is huge. That's a big one. Squishy. Really hope that wasn't my woodpecker. Honestly, kind of looks like it might be, poor guy. So I just got to this shelter. Been looking around. There's a little outhouse up there. But I don't really see many great spots to set up a tent. I tried scoping it out in a couple different directions. I think my best bet is to go down to the beach right there. It's a little thorny on the way down. It's not the easiest path, but I think I'm gonna do it. I know, I can tell that the water would have to raise a few feet before there would be an issue in terms of me getting washed away in the night. I don't think that's gonna happen, especially because there's no rain on the forecast anywhere near here. There is a big winter storm coming, but that's not for a couple days, so I should be pretty safe. So I'm gonna put my pack back on, make my way through the thorns, and get down there and set up my tent. So I've got my tent set up. I had a bit of trouble with the stakes in the sand. I came up with a solution of kind of shoving a log on top of the stakes. I think that'll do a decent job. The ones that don't have logs or rocks or something, I'm gonna go find something to put on top of there, because the last thing I want is to wake up in the middle of the night because my tent has collapsed. The sand is just a little softer, but I do like this a lot better than that shelter up there. It'll be nice to hear the water all night. I, of course, have access to all the water I could possibly need. And we are just starting over here to get some pink haze from the sunset. So timing worked out pretty well. Sunset's in about 15 minutes. So I'm just gonna finish setting up and maybe make my dinner. for dinner, I've got this vegetable curry. It's homemade, and so far it's really good, really hitting the spot. And it's almost completely dark. The tent's over there. Just have a nice spot here by the rocks, enjoying dinner. It's morning now. I didn't sleep that great. Ooh, I'm starting to shiver. I just got out of my sleeping bag. 21 degrees. I need to, there's some ice that formed on the inside of my tent. Trying to decide if I want to lay in here longer or just suck it up and pack up and know that I'll get warm as I start walking. So we'll see. You could see some of the ice flaked off. Oh wow. Yeah, I guess this is touching the tent a little bit. No wonder my feet were so cold. Well, besides just being really cold, I am up and ready to hike back. It's about 7:30, almost 8 o'clock. I'm not sure I'm going to see the sun before I get back to my car because it's coming up over that, and it was just sunrise, so probably won't see it. So I can tell that I'm having some of the same pain in my leg that I had the last time I went on a hike. Fortunately, it's only my left leg. My right leg feels fine, but the way the trail is slanted at some points makes my left leg higher, so my left leg is doing more work. I think I'll be okay. I've got a decent pace. I've already gone about a mile, so about 2 miles an hour is my pace, which isn't bad. I'll just baby it, and then when I get to the car, looking forward to a very hot coffee. So, truth be told, the reason that I chose these days to come out hiking, despite the weather, is because yesterday was December 20th, which is the darkest day of the year, at least this year. Darkest day, least amount of sunlight. Today is the solstice. It is the day where the sun is furthest from the earth, and over the next 12 months, the earth is only going to get closer and closer to the sun. So as I look over there and I see the sun start reflecting off of those rocks, and I look behind me, just waiting for the sun to peek over. It might be, might not be till I get to my car, but I'm looking forward to that moment. That will be the moment, essentially the moment, laying eyes upon the sun where it's furthest from me. And I like that. There's this beautiful pebble beach. It's pretty large pebbles too, maybe like the size of a human head or something. And then it's just full of tires. I mean, I'm sure they weren't dropped here, but the river washes them down. And I guess this is the spot they all collect. It's really sad because those are hard to trek out of here, so they'll probably be here for years and years and years. This tree here can be added to the list of places I would live if I was a little forest elf or forest fairy or something. Until it falls down. Surely that's gotta fall down. If it weren't 24 or 25 degrees outside, it'd be a really nice shower. There's another one back there. This just might be the best gas station coffee. I mean, it's not, but it seems like it is.